Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gigantic Talk, where we talk about the game Gigantic, relevant news, topics, fun fanters, stuff, I don't know, stuff that I like to talk about. And I'd like to talk about CEOs and how they really kind of drive the backbone of a company and how it affects the morale of the employees and how gameplay can suffer or be lifted up or raised up by those type of people and the position that they hold. So me and Tim got to interview Chris, who is the CEO of Motiga Studios, and he was just a fantastic human being. I don't think I've ever met someone as high of a position as him that is so relaxed and so humble. And that may sound really kind of cliche because, CEOs are normally these people that are uptight, business kind of tie and just like suits. And he was extremely professional, but at the same time, it was like talking to somebody at a bar. And it was very rejuvenating to see someone at that level be so casual in talking with the community and just with fans. Because I mean, that's what me and Tim are, and all the community are fans. We enjoy the game. We want to play it. We can't wait for it to come out. I mean, I don't really know how to describe my feelings when I was done with that interview. I felt like $1,000,000, honestly. I felt that he genuinely cared about what I had to say and about my questions and about what the community wanted and about just the game in general. And I think that really is going to speak volumes for the game's longevity. And I also believe that because he's the way he is that it reflects all the other employees at Motiga Studios. And everyone I've interviewed, everyone I've talked to is just they're genuine, they're friendly, they're kind, they're good, decent human beings. And I've had a couple instances where a couple of the Motiga staff have been very, very helpful, very, very kind, and just done things that I did not expect. And quite frankly, just really kind of humbled me in a way of another human being cares this much to do this kind thing for me, or say this kind word, or whatever that they feel like doing at the time, because it's really important, guys. I don't think a lot of gamers understand how important this type of attitude is, coming from not just the employees, but from the top level CEO person. That it's so important, guys. It's something that you rarely ever see in any business market, no matter what. It can be video games, it can be movies, it can be groceries, it can be flea markets. I don't know if there's a CEO of a flea market, but that's the first thing that pops in my head. So I think that as a community, we need to be aware of just how awesome that this company is going to truly be. It's not going to be your typical indie company that is, yes, Motiga is an indie company because they're small, they're new, they don't have, like EA backer style people. It's what brings them down to earth is what will drive and, quite frankly, make their game successful in all aspects of the industry, everywhere from casual play, from their monetization, from their esports side of things, from their competitive non-esports side of things, from their community involvement, community interaction, just everything. I think that we, as a gaming generation, have kind of found a company that gets it and doesn't not get it. That sounds stupid, but it's when we look at the way that Motiga interacts with just the community by itself. I'm not talking to myself. I'm not talking GG Unleashed. I'm not talking any of the fan sites. Just the basic community, and that really just is kind of Reddit right now, Reddit, Twitter. And if we look at their responses, the CEO talks to people. Their obviously community managers talk to each other because that's their job, duh. But they do a fantastic job. Random programmers like Greg talk, all these artists talk, and it's something that you see a small amount of in certain other gaming companies, but you don't see as much as you really have in probably the last 7 years of kind of the gaming cycle, where it's kind of been a, like, I don't know, a weird shroud of just non-community bliss, I guess. It's companies have not really understood that community is what drives their game. Community is what brings their game into the light. It's not flashy advertisements. It's not cool 3D cinematics. And it most certainly, definitely is not things that are trivial. I can't even think of anything that's trivial because honestly, guys, I haven't purchased a new game in years. Besides, I mean, if you count WildStar and Guild Wars 2, sure. Why not? Well, we can count those. But aside from those two games, I haven't bought a new game in years. Why? Because I don't trust gaming companies anymore. I don't trust the industry as a whole to not screw me over. And quite frankly, Motiga is really the first company that I felt comfortable with just getting my teeth into it, biting down and swallowing and seeing what actually they have to offer in terms of game taste and development taste. And as far as development taste goes, they've hit the nail on the head because they're not overhyping their game, they're not over advertising it, they're not going crazy. So from a development standpoint, they know what they're doing. And I mean, just talking to Chris was just like, he gets it. He understands what needs to happen for a game to be successful. I mean, obviously that's why he's the CEO. But if we look at the big picture and everything that kind of culminates into what Motiga Studios is, it comes down to top brass, there we go, top brass leadership. And Chris is definitely someone that I just am extremely excited for to be in this gaming industry and be a part of a game that I have come to just fall in love with. Guys, I can't wait to play this game. I am so stoked for PAX. I cannot wait to see what this tournament brings. I cannot wait to see what all this new information and all of our panels that we're going to get to see and just cool new gameplay footage that they're going to show. And I can't wait. So I think we as a community as a whole need to get the word out and say, you guys need to look at this company. You guys need to look at this game. Look at this community. Because honestly, I think we have probably the best community in the industry right now. And our game's not even freaking out, guys. I mean, we have been able to capitalize on friendliness, professionalism, and non-toxicity right off the bat. That's huge. And honestly, it comes down to the development company being willing to stand up for what's right and willing to be humble, honest, and always open with the community. And that will never, ever bite anyone in the butt because people favor honesty in the gaming industry over BS. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of examples that we could talk about for hours. Not going to name names because you know who you are. And shame on you because honestly, everyone should really just kind of take a page from Motiga and just say, hey, let's try and do what they're doing. And, you know, it sounds like I'm kissing their ass. And sure, I don't really care. I mean, I love Motiga. I love the way that they interact with everybody. But the honest to honest truth, guys, is they're really the first gaming company in probably 15 years that have actually done this and actually understand what community and what brings everyone together in terms of making a game. And I honestly think that after interviewing Mr. Chris, I don't think that I'll ever change my mind about Motiga, even if they mess up every once in a while, because they understand what it takes to make a game, and they understand how to work with the community. So even if they, unbalance a character or unbalance a meta or whatever, they'll fix it. And I don't think that this game is going to be one of those games that kind of end up being more money-driven than community-driven, because I don't see that at all. And I really look forward to kind of what they have in store. So, Chris, again, I do so much thank you for taking the time to talk with me and Tim. And if you guys missed that interview, the VOD will be in the link below in the description box. But I just kind of wanted to give a little bit elaborate detail on what my thoughts were after that interview and just kind of how I felt. And obviously it was very, very positive, and I look forward to the years to come, guys. So that's going to be all, guys. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or evening, and I will see you guys next time. Cue the end card, Steve. I don't actually have anyone that names Steve, but yeah. End card.